At the start of the movie, we see a couple being pursued by a local criminal gang led by the notorious Chang. They make their way into the woods and decide to hide themselves behind the trees. However, their efforts prove to be futile as the gangsters are able to locate them easily. As a result, the couple is viciously assaulted and killed by the three gangsters. In the next scene, we are introduced to a couple named Yod and Bua, who reside in a rural village. They are deeply in love and have vowed to marry each other when the time comes. However, their relationship faces opposition from Yod's family because Bua is a mute girl. Her family background is also complicated as her father abandoned them for another woman. Nevertheless, Yod remains undeterred by these circumstances and is resolute in his desire to marry Bua. On a particular day, Yod and Bua are by the nearby river gathering crabs for their meal. While returning home with a bucket full of food, a group of local troublemakers unexpectedly throws a stone at Bua and runs away. This causes the innocent girl to bleed, so Yod quickly escorts her back home. Once there, Bua's mother tends to her wounds and asks her to rest for some time. After this, she engages in a private conversation with Yod about his relationship with Bua. She advises him to stop seeing Bua, saying that he deserves a better spouse and better in-laws. However, Yod firmly asserts that he disregards the opinions of the villagers and that his love for Bua surpasses all other considerations. Despite all these objections from families and villagers, Yod and Bua continue their relationship. They spend a lot of time together in activities such as fishing, cooking, and sharing meals. Chang and two of his companions also reside within the same village. They seem to have no work to do, and as a result, they keep wandering aimless. Discovers her abandoned slipper. This makes him realize that Bua is in danger, so he runs into the woods and starts calling out her name. Shortly after, he spots the gangsters brutally assaulting Bua, prompting him to engage in a fierce brawl against them. Unfortunately, Yod is of no match, and he is easily overpowered and knocked out. After this, Chang forces himself onto the poor girl and then murders the couple in cold blood. The gangsters then bury Yod and Bua in an undisclosed location within the woods. I was not expecting the story to Chang so abruptly. That night, Bua's mother anxiously waits for her daughter to return home. However, when the night passes without any sign of her, she decides to visit Yod's family, hoping they may have a night they are seen enjoying with some girls, indulging in drinks and narcotics. In the midst of their activities, Lek excuses himself to take a leak. As he begins the process, he unexpectedly notices a girl dressed in white lying on the ground. Lek slowly approaches her and turns her over, only to discover that it is Bua. This terrifies him, so he quickly retreats to his friends. After winding up their gathering, the gangsters return to their respective houses, only to be plagued by haunting visions of Bua. Lek, in particular, goes to his bed, but continues to see Bua's spiritual form, seemingly on the verge of attacking him. This nightmarish ordeal deprives him of sleep throughout the night. In the morning, Lek confides in Fet, sharing the haunting experiences he has endured. To his surprise, Fet reveals that he has also encountered similar visions. Lek proposes that they depart from the village and seek employment in larger cities. He also points out that they will be doomed if the villagers find out about their deeds. However, Fet urges practical thinking, saying it will be impossible for people like them to find jobs. Poor guys. Afterwards, the trio is once again seen in the forest, engaging in hunting activities. This time, Lek's visions of Bua intensify, compelling him to flee for his life. While running away, he is suddenly struck on the head, hard, with a wooden branch, resulting in his death. Later that night, Fet too falls victim to a relentless nightmare that deprives him of sleep. Seeking solace, he retreats to the restroom to freshen up, only to be haunted by the spirit of Yod. Fearing that he will also get killed, Fet visits a nearby temple early the very next morning and offers prayers for his preservation. After this, he meets with Chang and resolves to confess their crime to the villagers. But once again, the gang leader becomes angry and punches Fet in the face, commanding him to remain silent. When the latter still keeps on insisting, Chang beats him up viciously. That night, Chang endures a chilling dream in which he is bound to his bed, tormented by the ghosts of Yod and Bua, who approach him menacingly with an axe. The following day, as Fet is fishing at a nearby river, he is startled by a haunting sound. He looks around but finds no one in sight. Suddenly, a splash in the water startles him further. Terrified, Fet attempts to flee, but he is caught by someone from behind and forcefully submerged underwater. The unfortunate deaths of Lek and Fet fills Chang's father with concern, so he urges Chang to confess his bad deeds, warning him of a similar fate if he fails to do so. However, supporting one another, they tended to their wounds and took shelter in the forest for several days. Slowly but surely, they recuperated, fueled by an unwavering determination to seek vengeance for the evil deeds committed against them. Believing that it will take evil to destroy evil, they began to haunt their tormentors to the worst extent possible, and then killed them one after another. Hearing their revelation, Chang pleads for his life, resembling the plea once uttered by Bua in the past. However, with the tables now turned in the couple's favor, they disregard his pleas and finish him off, finally completing their revenge. Please tell me there's a post-credits scene about the banana dwarf thief. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.